Today's content is proof that Xerneas is one of the best Pokemon, the most underrated ones in Go Battle League, and we're gonna start off with a battle showcasing its full capabilities. This Pokemon has access now to Geomancy, which is kinda similar to Snarl in energy gain, so you're gonna see that you can get those charge attacks fairly fast. Only 4 of those Geomancies are gonna be needed for a simple close combat, which is insane, and right after we can just go for the Moonblast to destroy down whatever remains at the back. So for the first battle here, you're gonna see that Xerneas is the key Pokemon to our victory, so we're gonna start off with a solid one. So into the next one now, and we're having a Magnezone up in front. So this Pokemon is kinda troublesome under shields for my team, because at the back obviously it is gonna resist our moves. However, it is gonna be kinda glassy as well, and we're gonna take advantage of that. We're gonna be met up with Giratina on the switch, and most likely we're gonna have the upper hand here. Otherwise they can only win if they get to that Shadow Force, but that was too early to be a Shadow Force, so I just let it go through. Look at that Geomancy doing so much work on the visual status of the battle. Everything is gonna be about light with this Pokemon, and of course you can easily farm down at this range after the Moonblast. So I get a little bit too greedy here, to be honest. I did not expect them to throw anyways. I wanted them to go for the farm down, but as it seems they knew better and gonna grab my shield in the process. So now we're both even on shields, even though we could have the shield advantage, which was obviously a mistake. And right after, my Registeel can go in with those Focus Blasts to destroy down this Pokemon. So my opponent here perhaps could throw, but I still had the shield up, and since Dragonite was at the back, we're gonna have the better alignment. So yeah, Double Dragon definitely loses to a Double Fairy backline. Into the next one now with Haxorus up in front. Obviously this is gonna be kind of a bad one for us, and of course we need to switch out to our Geomancy Pokemon, and this close combat will deal a lot of damage to that Registeel. So we have to respect the damage in return from a Flash Cannon, because if you didn't know, PvP suggests to go for Flash Cannon over Zap Cannon for this meta, but still I believe that Zap Cannon will give you more solutions. So I also wanted to block the Zap Cannon because of the crazy damage output that they could do to us. So right here I'm just gonna go with another shield, since I know that I can get a healthy Xerneas with decent amount of energy for the next Pokemon, whatever that might be they're gonna throw up against us. So we can easily grab that shield out of play with a simple close combat, and right after we're just gonna go in there with our Tapu Fini. So Berserker is kinda troublesome for us right now because of its ability to get to those Iron Heads, but much like the Magnezone, this Pokemon is kinda glassy as well, and we're gonna take the upper hand over that Pokemon eventually, because we can easily destroy it down with those serves. So they're getting super low, and I was thinking that Registeel might be in a very good spot to completely farm down here. So right after I might try to catch one move, I might not. It all depends on what moveset this Haxorus might have, because this Pokemon can learn a simple Earthquake to destroy me down. So as it seems, all I have to do here is to go for the Focus Blast and destroy down in return this Haxorus. Down they go. I know that Berserker and Registeel both have so low HP. Perhaps we can farm down here, but they can live with one single HP, and that is gonna be the dream for them. So down we go to the Berserker. Now we're gonna move forward into the next battle, and we're gonna be met up with another Haxorus. So let's see if we have learned something from our previous mistake, because we underestimated this Pokemon and they had Earthquake, but this time they're gonna get to the early debuff and then switch out to their Tapu Fini. This makes me think that perhaps they do not have Earthquake, perhaps they're gonna have Night Slash as their second charge attack, and it's kinda weird, but still it makes kinda sense for the meta, because you might want that Night Slash to boost up your attack stat. Anyways, Tapu Fini here is just gonna get a lot of damage from our side and the Moonblast, so I just might shield here, but at the last second I was like, perhaps Ganeto, you are gonna need this shield for the end game. You have two thick Pokemon for Ultra League with a lot of play against your opponent's team, so over here we can simply destroy them down with a simple serve. So down goes the Tapu Fini. At the back they have a Primarina, but with Waterfall, not even a Charm user, so this can be kinda troublesome for our Registeel if we are not careful enough. At this point I decide to block because I have a feeling that I have a lot of energy and of course I can unleash it on the final Pokemon, which is of course Haxorus. I also know that if they do not have Earthquake, we can simply go ahead and go pretty rough at them actually with a simple Moonblast, and as it seems we are gonna do exactly that because the Focus Blast is gonna take the shield out of the Haxorus. It is gonna be indeed the Earthquake. This is a race to the charge attack which we can definitely win, and right here now Moonblast is just gonna seal the deal against this Pokemon. Primarina has no energy at all, so it is just gonna follow the same fate with our following Water Guns. Into the next one now with a Sandslash on its Alolan and Shadow form at the same time at the back. You know what, I'm just gonna take the first move. It doesn't matter whatever that might be, we can definitely survive it while we're met up with a Charmer on the switch, so they can definitely tank one move if they want to and right after still go for the farm down, which is pretty neat for them. All I want to do here is to go in now with Red Steel. I know I can survive a lot, but the key is to not throw at all any energy because I'm just gonna sack those moves on my Metal Trash Can, while then I can return into the battle with my Tapu Fini and start farming down the remaining HP that they have since now they are energy dry. So the plan is going according to what I was imagining. So yeah, so we're gonna go here to that Surf. They are Shadow, they have to block sometimes. So anyways, we're just gonna get to our shield for the Drill Run, and as it seems they can outspeed us at any time. I'm gonna get to another Surf here. I'm expecting a shield to be honest, and they're getting super low at the point that I might want to shield in return, because right after we cannot farm down but still gonna make them throw their final energy. So it ends up being just an Ice Punch, one Shadow Claw Sword for the Drill Run, which is kinda unlucky for them, but still Tapu Fini can emerge victorious because Sylveon returning into the battle with no HP means that they just want to take some energy on that Pokemon, but it is not gonna be that easy. Another Focus Blast is coming up, and right here we might have the upper hand because this Haxorus is kinda lagging. I'm not sure if they could win anyways, because if they did not have Earthquake on this Pokemon, we could be on a very good spot anyway. So yeah, I don't know how you're gonna take it. I'm gonna take it as a win. We still had some energy on our Tapu Fini, so I think we could win anyways, and Earthquake could not be reached at all. Now about Slurpuff, this Pokemon is absolutely insane for this cup. Perhaps I will do a separate video on this Pokemon. I have totally featured it on my best teams video around Fantasy Cup, and as it seems here with that Flamethrower it can still have a chance against a Pokemon like Registeel, which is pretty insane on the one shield scenario. So even though I can get here to the Zap Cannon, they can definitely survive and still get me to no HP with the following move, and it is not gonna be the Flamethrower, just the Draining Kiss, which is very good for them. So at this point we're just gonna get into the battle with Tapu Fini, and we can definitely survive whatever they throw. Its main weakness is not gonna be the Steel types, but instead something like a Tapu Fini, because we can resist pretty much anything they can throw, while the Draining Kiss is not gonna do a lot of damage. So as you can see here at the back they have a Tapu Koko, and right after this battle I made myself a Tapu Koko as well for the Fantasy Cup, so I'm preparing a video for you and you are not gonna regret it. That is a promise. This Pokemon is absolutely insane and super fun to use. So after Tapu Koko, I'm not sure what I will do, but perhaps more content about it we're gonna see on the views if you like it or not. So over here we got a Moonblast as well from our Xerneas, which is just gonna seal the deal against this classy Pokemon, and we're gonna take this victory pretty easily against this trainer. Well played to them, but I think that Xerneas absolutely caught them off guard, but I appreciate the spice for sure with Tapu Koko. Into the next one now, and we're having a Shadow Granbull for the final one. So close combat is definitely gonna do a lot of damage, but still I'm expecting the switch right after because I have the energy needed to obliterate them down with a simple Zap Cannon. So doing so, I'm just gonna follow the switch to the Escavalier, and of course we can have the upper hand with Tapu Fini since those serves are more than enough to bring the Escavalier to no HP in no time at all. So another Drill Run is coming up, and at this point we can easily farm down with the Water Guns. Let's see how they want to respond, and it is gonna be Granbull. So this Pokemon right now I figured it is not gonna be a Charmer instead with Snarl, and they were expecting for sure for us to go for that Surf, but instead we get to the big move and the Moonblast. It is gonna be unshielded, and right after I think that we need to respect the damage from the potential Hydro Cannon. Doing so, we can definitely pressure for that final shield, and since we have a Zap Cannon ready to go on our red steel, they know that we're just gonna take this victory anyway. So yeah, Tapu Fini return to the battle, we can survive pretty much anything they're gonna throw, and that is gonna be the end of a fantastic video, as it seems, with Empoleon as our final opponent. So that is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my content here on YouTube. And speaking of my content, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.